Good morning. Everyone knows there's a myth that Jews have horns. Anti-Semites have been saying that for centuries. Where does that myth come from? It actually comes from a sculpture that was made of Moses by Michelangelo in the 16th century. And he depicted Moses with horns on his head. Now the question is, why did Michelangelo make a sculpture of Moses with horns on his head? And it goes back to this week's Torah portion. After Moses comes down and sees the Jews worshiping the golden calf, he smashes the tablets. He prays for forgiveness, goes up and receives a second set of tablets. And right there in the Torah portion this week, it says when Moses came down, Moses' face was radiating with light. The Jewish people couldn't look at Moses' face, so Moses had to put on a mask to shield his light from the Jewish people. And when he would talk to God, he would remove the mask from his face. Now, the word for radiant face is karan. The word for horn is keren. Depending on how you pronounce the vowels, it has a new and a different meaning. Now, someone once said, reading Hebrew through a translation is like kissing the bride through the veil. You can't read Hebrew with an English translation, or for Michelangelo's case, with a Greek translation. And so he read a translation that said Moses' face had horns, because they thought that the word karan was keren, but really it was radiating with light. But the question the rabbis ask is, Moses went up to heaven twice. The first tablets he came down with, it doesn't say that his face was radiating with light. Only after he received the second tablets was his face radiating with light. And the question is, if receiving the Torah from God and being the divine presence caused his face to shine with such great light, why was it only during the second set of tablets, not the first? And a beautiful answer to this question is given. And that is that the truth is Moses' face shone when he came down with the first set of tablets as well. But it's because the Jews worshipped the golden calf that they did not perceive the radiance of his light on his face. You see, our actions impact, influence, and determine our spiritual capacity. And therefore, after the Jews worshipped the golden calf, they were not able to appreciate the light of Moses' face. It was only after they repented and got the second tablets that they recognized it and appreciated it. As someone once said, we see the world not as it is, but as we are. Or as someone once said, reality only makes a difference if you're in touch with it. God is the reality of the world. The question is if we're in touch with that reality. There's a famous story about a man who dies and comes to heaven. And when he comes to heaven, he looks back at his life. And he sees that when he went through good times, there was 2 sets of footprints. And when he went through difficult struggles and challenges in his life, there was only 1 set of footprints. So he turned to God and he said, God, I don't understand. Why did you walk alongside me in the good times, but abandon me and let me walk alone in the difficult, trying times of my life? And God said to the man, you don't understand. That set of footprints you see during the most difficult times of your life is my footprints. I was carrying you on my shoulders. You see, we can look at our lives each and every day and see God's presence every single moment. We could recognize Him winking at us throughout the day. Divine providence. Or we could look around and see a world without God's presence. It's our choice, our perception. Will we see the light or not? Have a wonderful day.